Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we're going to talk about here are 5 social engineering fraud techniques that can make you lose money. Have you ever been called or texted from an unknown number claiming to be from a fintech company, e-commerce, bank or cellular phone provider with the excuse of wanting to offer credit cards, online loans to get a lottery prize worth tens of millions? Be careful because it could be an online fraud with social engineering techniques. For those who are not familiar with this term, social engineering is a way to trick or manipulate the victim in order to get the desired personal data or information by manipulating the victim in a subtle way. The manipulation in question is psychological manipulation, where the perpetrator will influence the victim's mind through various means and media such as through sound, images, or very persuasive writing. Apparently, the manipulation technique was carried out to make the victim answer or click on certain links according to the instructions or wishes of the perpetrator without realizing it. The most common mode is carried out by using social engineering techniques. Generally, this mode is carried out via telephone or the internet. So these cyber scammers deceive victims without having to rely on the operating system or application platform. Of course, we don't want to be victims of social engineering fraud, especially now that fraudulent techniques are getting more sophisticated, meaning that our awareness of serving and using digital technology must also be increased. So get to know these common techniques of online fraud. First one is phishing. Phishing is used to obtain someone's personal information, such as name, address, and social security number by sending the victim an email that has a link in it, which when clicked will direct the victim to a website. These websites usually contain malware and make it easier for the perpetrator to take over the victim's account or access the victim's important and personal information. Phishing can also be done by voice, such as a scammer calling a potential victim by claiming to be a customer service of a bank or fintech that requires additional complete data from the credit card application process to claim lottery prizes. Second, pretexting. Pretexting is a technique used by hackers by speaking like experts. With this technique, a hacker or scammer will speak fluently like an expert or like a telemarketer or customer service. Just like voice phishing, the perpetrator will use a style of speech that can convince the victim to follow all the instructions of the perpetrator. Third, baiting. Just like phishing, baiting is done by luring potential victims with gifts of goods, credit of internet data to be able to make the victim interested in opening the site created by the perpetrator. By entering the website made by the perpetrator, the victim must enter their email and password. And that's where the perpetrators turn to take over their accounts. Quid pro quo. This tactic is most commonly used by perpetrators pretending to be an IT service person and calling as many people as they can find. With this tactic, the perpetrators will offer assistance to their victims by promising faster IT system repairs, then asking them to disable their antivirus program to carry out these repairs. Be careful, actors who use this technique may have the same skills, or even better skills than real ID service people. Fifth, tailgating. Tailgating is a tactic that involves stalking someone who has authentication, such as company employee, into an area that strangers cannot access. Tailgating perpetrators will usually pretend to be couriers who deliver goods and wait outside the building. When the perpetrator sees an employee who has access to enter the area opening the entrance, the perpetrator will follow him by holding the door and then enter the building. Share this information related to digital crime with those closest to you. By sharing information with each other, you are not only increasing the awareness of many people about the dangers and advancement of online fraud today. We also help save many people from becoming the next target of the scam.